Welcome back to another session of processing loss with yoga. I'm very excited to be outside again. It's the change of the seasons. Actually, this weekend is the fall equinox, and that can bring a lot of unsettling. The transition of seasons, especially from summer towards winter, the cooling down, the heat, the shifting of the weather, the bringing in of the more introspective and leaving that heat of summer behind us is a time that can leave you feeling a little bit unsettled. It also is a good time to detoxify. Holding on to grief and stress can build up a lot of toxins in our bodies, maybe even toxins that we've brought in on ourselves through things we're trying to navigate in our diet, in our health habits, that it's time to let go of, that aren't serving us anymore. So today's practice is going to be a lot of rotating and twisting. This session will all be done seated or laying down, so you can feel free to do this in a chair. If you're having if you have issues with balance and can't typically do yoga poses, this is a good option for you today. So thank you for joining me. My name is Marianne. If you are enjoying our videos, I welcome you to subscribe to our Village Yoga Sedona YouTube page, and then you'll be notified when we add more videos. We're going to start, as usual, with a kind of a grounding, and I invite you to be outside if you can. Feel free to shut this off and find yourself some little corner of nature. Maybe it's the corner of a deck, maybe it's by a window, but be somewhere where you can feel that connection and the grounding. Maybe you find a little grassy spot. I'm here in my backyard. I have a fountain going behind me for the calming sounds of the flowing water. And I can feel into the stability of the ground. So that's where we're going to start. And some kind of a comfortable seat. Can be cross-legged, or if you'd like to be in hero's pose or supported hero's pose, I have a pillow with me today. And we're going to just stabilize ourselves. So close your eyes if it feels comfortable to you, and feel your connections to the ground. Bring your fingertips down so they are connected to the floor or the earth beneath you. And just take a moment to feel your breath. Feeling your sits bones connected to the surface below, your shins or your legs, whatever part of you is connected to the earth. And imagine this swirl around you, the swirl of life, the swirl of loss, of grief, of uncertainty, of shifts in your reality, loss of control, all of those things. And as you feel them flowing and swirling around you energetically, feel the connection to the ground. Feel the stability of the earth, knowing that gravity is keeping us from floating away in that swirl. And as you inhale, imagine a line of energy from your tailbone or your pelvic area, inhaling up the channel of energy all the way through your head to the crown of your head, and then exhaling, flowing it back down again to reconnect. If you're outside like me, you might have, your senses might be on high alert. You might be feeling the air. You may feel temperature shifts either with the sun or with the temperature of the air around you. I hear lots of birds singing, within the chorus behind me. having their little conversations. And again, amidst all of that, all of those sensations that can distract us, we can find some calm and stability. So again, using your breath to feel the flow of air up and down. And now we're going to take a breath in, using our arms to gather that energy. Nice and slow. Letting our fingertips touch at the top, pausing our breath here, and then exhaling and gently rotating towards the right. So your left hand will come to the outside of your right knee, right arm behind you, breathing in and feeling the connection to the ground and the lift to the sky. And then coming back to center, and then exhaling the opposite direction. So your right hand will come to the outside of your left knee. Inhaling and coming back to center. And we'll do this a few times. So we'll just kind of flow with your breath pace here. Inhaling and exhaling. With each exhale, feel yourself grounding a little bit more, finding a little bit more stability. Maybe now you can go just a little bit deeper in your rotation, maybe even look out over your back shoulder. And then again on the left side. Coming back in, letting our fingers touch up above our heads and letting them exhale. Just float down. Feel the prana in your arms and your hands and your fingertips. And if you can't feel it, imagine it. Just imagine all of the energy in your body right now that's balancing. And then we're going to come into staff pose or dandasana. It might feel good to sit on a blanket or a bolster or pillow if you have one with you, just to add a little tilt to your pelvis. And again, bringing your hands to the ground, feeling your legs connected. This is almost like a seated version of Tadasana. It's meant to bring stability. So breathing in, feeling again that channel of breath up and down your spine, from your tailbone up to the crown of your head, and then down and reconnecting and just sending that out into every cell of your body. And we're going to bend our right knee, placing our right foot on the outside of our left knee, and we'll inhale in, and we'll exhale into a rotation here. This time you'll use your forearm of your left arm to clasp onto your knee so that you can deepen the twist here. And you don't want to hurt yourself or overextend, but you want to feel that rotation, the wringing out. The twists are the detoxifying element. So the more twisting you do, the more you're kind of squeezing out all of those toxic thoughts and even just physical toxins. It helps with that elimination process. So inhaling, you'll lift. Exhaling, you'll rotate just a little bit deeper. Inhaling to create space. Exhaling to wring it out. One more time, inhaling, and then wringing it out just a little bit more. And then release yourself from the twist, straighten back out into Dandasana. And you'll find yourself reconnected. And then we will do the opposite side. So I'm going to turn. You can stay where you are. We'll take now our left foot to the outside of our right knee. Sorry, inside of our right knee. Inhaling in, exhaling to twist. And just imagine the twisting like you're wringing out a towel that's full of dirty water that you are trying to eliminate. Inhaling in, exhaling, rotating a little bit more deeply. And using that leverage by pulling your forearm into your knee to pull your knee into your center line as you lift. You get that compression of your leg against your organs in the twist. Inhaling to create space, exhaling to rotate. Inhaling to create space, and then exhaling to rotate. And go ahead and release that. And just reestablish your balance, your connection to the earth, feeling again, keeping your hands down and connected to the earth whenever you can here for that grounding element. Now we're going to bend that knee again, and this time we are going to take our right arm up and bring it down between your legs. You might want to bring your knee in a little more, and then take your right arm around your right knee. And you may just stay like this. It's another version of the twist. You'll feel ability by pulling in here to kind of lengthen and lean forward just a bit. And if you'd like, you can add the bind here with your left arm. Bring your left arm behind you, and then you can clasp your fingers and have a bind here. Inhaling in, exhaling into the bind. Maybe bending forward a bit. You might feel some releasing in your lower back. Just imagine it as like flowing, the toxins just flowing out of you. I just really been in the mood for twists and binds in this last few days. And I think it's the seasons coming along and helping me know what to do that's best for me. So I wanted to share that with you. And then go ahead and release the clasp of your hands. I'm going to turn so that you can see this on the opposite side. You'll take your left arm up, bring it between. You'll have your left arm around your knee, and then you can bring your right arm behind you. Just kind of reaching it back, clasping the fingers, and then bending forward here. Inhaling to create length in the spine. Exhaling, maybe fold forward just a little bit more. And more breath. And then exhale, release the clasp. And then bring your feet to the mat. Maybe come over into tabletop just for a moment. We're going to do another thigh opener here. So my toxins, if you will, feel a bit like they're collecting in my legs. So we're going to do a pose here where you, so we'll start here in Sphinx pose. And again, this is another good one to really feel centered. Feeling your heart kind of open here, soft. And then bending your right foot and bringing your right hand to your right leg. Just holding on here. It's like a half shalabhasana. Feeling you might lift that knee up off the ground if that feels okay to you. Releasing, feeling that sensation in the front of your right thigh, maybe your right knee. Bringing it in as much as feels comfortable. Just feeling the sensation. And then we'll release that and we'll come to the opposite side. You'll bring yourself back here for centering into Sphinx. Then you'll bend the left, bring the left hand to the left ankle and pull that left ankle in again. You still have the forearm of the right arm down. You may lift that knee up. Just feeling the release. Breathing. Keeping your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Releasing that down. Bringing your head down for a minute. Maybe bending your knees and letting your feet windshield wiper side to side. Just gently twisting at the hips, swaying back and forth. Breathing deep. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathing is a combination of the two. So you take the deep breath in and then let it out completely. And then from here, come and roll onto your back. And feel nice and connected here, feeling the earth beneath you. Your soles of your feet are connected. Your shoulders, your tailbone, back of your head, all the way up your spine and your arms. Just feel anchored, rooted. And then extending that left leg, bringing the right knee in, just pulling the right knee into your chest here. Breathing in. And take the right knee to the outside of the right ribs a little bit and pulling that knee in a little bit more. Inhaling and exhaling. And then take your left hand on the outside of your right knee and guide the right knee over to the left. And you can have your right arm out into a T if there's room for that. Your gaze can either be up ahead or out at your right hand, whatever feels better for you. Both of your shoulder blades will be connected to the mat. So you've got this reclined twist here. I like to have my left hand on the outside of my right knee, just for a little bit more weight and tension to assist with that twist. This can be a nice time to reconnect with the sensations around you, bringing in your connection to nature, feeling that you are part of something bigger than yourself. You're part of the collective set of experiences. And while that might not make your loss any less sad or impactful for you, you can know you're not alone. And release that. Bring that knee back up to center. Place that left leg out. Bring the right knee in. Sorry, bring the left knee in now, opposite knee. Pulling it into the chest. Flexing the feet. Aligning, connecting, anchoring. Then we'll bring the left knee to the outside of the left ribs. And really compressing here. This is really detoxifying. Like I said, these are great poses for the transition of seasons. Then have your left arm out. Take your right hand on your left knee and guide your left knee over towards the right. Again, shoulder blades down. Your gaze can either be up at the sky or over your left hand. I've got my right hand on the outside of my left knee to help weight the twist here. Inhaling and exhaling. Sinking into nature. Feeling your grounding. Knowing that your mat is always a place you can return to for a little bit of stability and balance. Go ahead and release that. Come back to center. And just letting yourself rest now in Shavasana. Using this chance to imagine that you are immovable. You don't need to get caught up in the swirl of things out of your control. You can find your center. And that center may be your truth. Maybe you have a furry friend that wants to join you to remind you that you're loved. Nature and animals are great at letting you know you're loved. And feel free to turn off the video and just rest here for as long as you'd like. When you're ready, bring your right hand to your heart and your left hand to join it. And pause to feel your heartbeat. And you can bring the soles of your feet to the mat. Bring your knees into your chest. And give yourself a hug, pulling your knees in. Maybe rocking gently side to side. And then roll over to one side. Pausing for a moment, still feeling that connection to the earth. And then gently lifting yourself back up into a seated position. Just noticing how you feel. Hopefully there's a little bit of calm, a little grounding to help you in these whirlwind times. Thank you for joining me. May you find some peace. Namaste.